We back. Black Podcast Show. Again, my sinus is messing with me, so y'all gotta bear with me. Hey, the day I want to come back, my sinuses start acting up. But welcome to the Think and Reflect Podcast Show. I'm Ricky D. Calhoun, and this is where we break down current events, celebrate unique holidays, and discuss insightful topics, along with sports and a bit of trivia or maybe a fun fact. On today's show, though, the topic of the week is understanding cultural differences. Understanding cultural differences. Expanding your perspective. And of course, we got them current events. There's a lot been going on. There's a lot been going on. Let me get this mic together. Cha-ching. We on now. We on. What's been going on? I've been gone for a minute, man. I've been trying to get life in order. I'm still trying to get it in order. But that's what it's all about, evolving, getting better, you know, figuring out what you was doing wrong so you could do it right, or what you think is right anyway. But yeah, wait until you hear about, well, it's some breaking news. It ain't breaking, but it's some trending news. It's some, like I always say, I don't really truly be liking to talk about the bad news or whatever. I usually try to keep it locked in on what's going on that keeps us wanting to do better. But you know, we got some sick people out there, man. You already know. But yeah, man, that vacation kind of got me. Now I got to get back in the groove. See, I'm representing, even though my Guardians and they 500, the Indians, but you know you got they Guardians now. So my mic got like a little funny little static in it. You hear the birds chirp. What's going on out there? The Think and Reflect Podcast Show with your boy Ricky D. Hopefully you're tuning in because we live over on Facebook on my main page. If you're a Twitch follow, if you like Twitch, we over on Twitch. And we over on YouTube at TNR TV 1021. Be part of the show. You can call in or text at 216-716-3005, or you can comment using the hashtag voice your opinion TNRP show with your boy Ricky D. Ricky D. Calhoun, that is. Rest in peace, Grandpa. You see Grandpa back there in the background. So what y'all been up to out there? I'm waiting. Make sure if you over there on YouTube, Facebook, you like to hit me with them stars. We live. You always can listen later to the audio on the podcast on the Spreaker app or iHeart or wherever you find podcasts. Look up Think and Reflect podcast show. Make sure you like and subscribe. We over on YouTube again at TNR TV 1021. Yeah. But we're going to move on forward with this. It's a few holidays, though. I was trying to run with the holiday of the day. But it's a few. It's National Bow Tie Day. We got National Bow Tie Day. You know, from Doctor Who to James Bond, anyone can make a bow tie look cool. Hey, but the bow tie supposed to symbolize like intelligence. That's what I was taught. It teaches more like it's supposed to represent intelligence. And we also got National Red Wine Day. Radio commercial days. Commercials day. Hey, dig into an online archive for old radio advertisements and consider how much things have changed over years, as well as how much they haven't. And just speaking, hey, that holiday right there, that's the one I kind of want to focus on because you remember when you used to be a kid and you used to be listening to the you'll be listening to the radio commercials and stuff, and they be like, "Yeah, that But this is what even made it was things like that that made me even want to get into like media itself because I always used to sit there and wonder, like, "Hey, man, how did them people get this mic back? How did them people get on the other side of the TV or on the other side of the radio?" It always made me wonder. But the history of radio commercials. Let me read this to y'all. Radio commercials are often seen as an irritation to be endured while waiting for some music to come on. But what some people seem to forget is that they have been an important part of the entertainment business for nearly a century. Not only do they help to generate revenue for the radio stations, but they also provide employment for many people. This is the perfect day to show appreciation for these ads that are played on air. Hey, speaking of ads, I can help you with ad placement through our marketing agency, Deshaun's Marketing. We'll have you placed on most of the streaming sites, digital billboards. We can handle your social media content. Make sure you send a DM to Deshaun's Mark. That's DESHAUNSMRK _ on Instagram. But the history of radio commercials. Radio commercials was founded to commemorate, the holiday itself was founded to commemorate the day when the very first radio commercial was broadcasted on the New York radio. One second, y'all ain't hear that. Hey, but it was broadcasted in New York on the radio station WEAF. This took place on August 28th, 1922. And the advertisement was for an American estate agent, Greensboro Realty. While the U.S. got its start with advertisements on privately held radio stations rather early on, it would take more than 50 years for this concept to spread across the ocean. In fact, it wasn't until 1973 that the UK had its first radio commercial, who ran on LBC, and the advertisement promoted Bird's Eye frozen food. I know a few of y'all know what Bird's Eye. I know what Bird's Eye is. They still a company around now, but that was only 73. Radio commercials offers Radio commercials day offers a super opportunity to change that dial, turn the volume up a little bit higher, and get listening to radio. Then they got a couple. They got National Radio Day. What day is that? Oh, that was on the 20th, National Radio Day. Then they got World Radio Day, which is February 13th. But if you want to celebrate today, get into the groove. Listen to some radio. Listen to me live on Facebook. You over there, make sure you comment. And if you're a YouTuber, make sure you TNR TV 1021 so you can get notifications. But yeah, with the how to celebrate, have fun getting creative with ideas to get started with some of these. Listen to the radio, first of all. You can't get the commercial on the radio unless you listen to the radio. With the advent of the internet, as well as various music platforms such as Pandora or Spotify, where you can find the Think and Reflect podcast show, many people have foregone the activity of listening to the radio. In fact, the radio may just be the one setting on that car stereo that never really gets used. But in observance of radio commercial days, it's time to go retro, get a blast from the past, and turn on the radio. I listen to the radio, but it'd be more the local sports. I listen to the local stations too when I'm in the car because I be in the car a lot. And me doing what I do while I'm driving around really helps the topic. It was crazy because I got a list of topics and I chose this one just because of it was a fresh group of them that like I got some groups. But anyhow, and it's I've been voicing this to people like this been like a conversation I've been starting. But you can listen to the radio commercials online too. As it turns out, many of the early radio commercials can now be found online. So a great way to celebrate radio commercials day may be to listen to a few and be transported back in time. It's a station on iHeart. I'm gonna shout them out. They call it Chill Jams. And if you listen to their commercials, it be like they using older commercials. I don't know if they making it sound like the older commercial, but it be like they sound like the older versions, like when it was just radio. But alternatively, track down some radio commercials from around the world and be entertained by the huge variety of tone and style that are used in radio adverts from different countries, whether from long ago or in the modern age of radio. Write and record a radio commercial. I went to broadcasting school. That was one of the first things they was teaching us to do. Like we used to have to make commercials, or they'd give us a commercial, and we'd have to say the commercial within like 30 to 60 seconds because you know commercials they be short, but you got to read fast, like touch, you know what I'm saying? But you got to make and I was kind of good at it. I had some flash drives with a few of my commercials on them before I left with my little situation, but I can't find them nowhere. But I had a few of them though. But watch a radio movie or a show. It seems strange that a media that is only based on voice would be decepted on film, but it has many times in celebration of national radio commercials. That was my H2O. I mean, it must was telling me. This would be a great project. Oh, okay. And we write and record a radio commercial. This would be a great project for a class that is focused on marketing, advertising, or just business in general. That was another reason I kind of really kept pursuing media after I wanted to do it, but I thought I was better at marketing. So my first go at trying to be a businessman was marketing. So now everything just flows off of my marketing company. And if you know business, DBAs, that's something I'm incorporating in the curriculum for the Together for One Foundation. You can also follow Together for One Foundation on Instagram and donate. Help us grow because I'm trying to put it together. It's not together, but it's coming together. We looking for. My uncle got in touch with me. He was letting me know about some venues. He got a few connects that's worth hearing about. He also can preach the word. So if you need a little spiritual uplifting, and you're in the Cleveland area, or even online, Pastor Minister David Owens. But yeah, for even more fun, get the students. Oh, that's if you're a teacher. I never watched a radio movie. Oh, they saying watch a movie based on radio. Oh yeah, Good Morning Vietnam. That was a good one. I'm gonna watch that. Radio Days, a movie that is set in the 1930s when the radio was the center. I'm gonna watch Sleepless in Seattle. That was man, my sinuses, y'all. I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling some type of way. Yeah, but that's one of the holidays of the day on this August 28th day. Make sure you download the Spreaker app so you can like and subscribe to Think and Reflect podcast show so you can get notifications for new shows, preferably or mostly every Thursday at 2 o'clock. Yeah, but that's the holiday of the day. How you gonna celebrate the holiday today? Huh? What's your plan? 1 second, y'all. Let me step away from the screen. I know y'all saying that good chew, that Jimmy Chill. That's what I be smelling like my little dude. I don't know him personally, but my little guy Zillionaire he say I don't walk out the house without spraying on some of that. But I'm a Jimmy Chill. My daughter got me started with that. She bought me someone. No, you know what it was? I bought some, and she must have liked the smell, so she bought me some for her birthday a few years ago. But speaking of commercials, let's take let us do a little ad sponsoring at the moment. Make sure you shop Bavaria's clothing collection. These some limited edition Bavaria sneakers, Bavaria Italy. If you're interested in a pair, DM Bavaria's clothing collection. That's BRAVURAS clothing collections on Instagram. To rule the kingdom, you must tame the jungle. Hashtag brain set at Bavaria's clothing collection on Instagram. Yeah, these some handmade. I designed these myself. I'm promoting my businesses right now, but you can become a sponsor and get your business advertised on the Think and Reflect podcast show, streaming on TNR TV 1021. We also live on Facebook on Ricky D. Calhoun. And if you're a Twitch, make sure you like us at TNR TV. Yeah, these nice right here. You got to get you a pair of these. Don't forget to text 216-716-3005 to join the conversation on the show. That go be hey, I don't care where I put this mic at, man. This mic and my brim on my hat do not get along. I always been a hat guy, but now that I'm older, I got the grades. My grades, as you can see, they in there. So it's a little. Sometimes I'll let y'all see them, but most of the time I'm gonna toss this hat on because I'm a hat guy anyway. But I know the more we age and the more we get into a certain profession, sometimes the hat is not always um acceptable. Is that a good word to use? But don't forget to like and subscribe as usual. Like I like to. I'm gonna make sure I keep telling y'all to like and subscribe, man. Y'all can comment too. I'm taking on all chats. Let me see. Oh, I could see. I just learned something new. We could chat right on the screen. Like and subscribe on YouTube at TNR TV 1021. Yeah, you gotta give it a kiss. Slice it up. For a guy coming from the trenches. No, let me not get off course. I was almost relapsing right there, y'all. Hold up, but that was
Awesome!
yeah. So we didn't talk about the holiday of the day, which is um National Radio Commercials Day. So if you in marketing, I'm pretty sure that's probably y'all assignment for the day if you're going to school for marketing. But in trending and breaking news, did y'all? I really didn't want to talk about this, man, but this need to be talked about, and it's about the incident in Missouri. I had it pulled up. Where is it at? Okay, no, not Missouri. Sorry, Missouri. I ain't mean to do that to you. Hold up. On my screen that. Okay. So y'all, I know y'all know about the guy that killed the two kids in the church in Missouri. Shooter kills two children, injures 17. I ain't know it in the mass shooting at Minneapolis. It's Minneapolis. The church was on a Costin Catholic church. So according to the news, two children were killed Wednesday and at least 17 people were injured when a shooter fired through the windows of a Minneapolis Catholic church towards young students worshiping at Mass, authorities said. The shooting occurred at Annunciation Church, which also houses a school, just before 8:30 a.m. He, like people like that, man. If you don't like yourself and you like, I don't want nobody to take themselves out because I feel like life is about evolving. Even if you're going through hardships and you ain't the perfect person, because we all got flaws. But if you just live, like, if you find something that you love doing that can also eventually make you some money, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it gives you something to live for. Like, yeah, in the process, you probably got to do something you don't want to do, but that's how the saying goes. Sometimes you got to do what you don't want to do what you want to do. But yeah, this guy he early in the morning. Like, why are you up early in the morning, man? And the children were 8 and 10. Like, he woke up on straight trash, man. You supposed to wake up thinking about making your day better than yesterday. Like, that's one of my sayings, man, to make today better than yesterday for a greater tomorrow. Because if you wake up today and you making it better than today, tomorrow gonna be greater. Because even if it don't go the way you plan, you know your intentions was to make it better so it could be a greater tomorrow. So somewhere down the line, before that day was over with, you might have accomplished something to make tomorrow better. You get greater. But the dude, he self-inflicted wound, and he bought it. That's why they need to stop letting people buy guns. I think guns are stupid. Guns, whoever invented the gun, man, they say it was the Chinese people invented gunpowder, but who invented the gun? I think it was a European guy invented the gun. But it's really like, man, that's that power, man. You got to be happy with the location you was put in, make the most out of it, and then when you make the most out of it, you could travel. But I wonder what was going through old boy mind to do something. Authorities at an afternoon news conference identified the shooter as Robin Westman. 20. He was only 23, man. How depressed can you be at 23, man? Like the best years of your life. I don't care what you do, how you live, what the course of life you choose. Like them, like the most funnest years, and you running around want to go shoot at a bunch of kids. Like I want to say something, man, but man, the mass was in celebration of the first week of school. Oh, they was having mass. The sheer cruelty and cowardness of firing to. Yeah, thanks for saying it, O'Hara. Who is O'Hara? O'Hara is I think that's the officer. Yeah, he's the chief, Brian O'Hara. Cause that was some coward and cruel. Like that's gotta be the most like devious shit somebody could do, man. In addition to it was 14 other children injured, three parishioners in their 80s. Then the other three people that was hurt was in their 80s. Like they live. You only 23. Look, them people living to be 80, still trying to make a difference in the world, man. That's why they was there with them kids. Even though they people religion is to me a divide and conquer tool, but they finding something to live for. Like they found something to honor. You know what I'm saying? To keep going. Cause you giving a life, man, for a reason. You was just in the process of we might make it through life and not figure it out, but in the process, that's what make life beautiful is the task of figuring it out. Man, that's sad, man. But I'm gonna get away from that, man, because that's kind of ticking me off. That's why I don't like talking about the bad news, man. The bad news is horrible. Like, all them kids, man. Now the rest of them kids gonna be so like shell shocked. Like they not going they are not about to have a normal life after no tragic event like that. They every time most of them kids are probably gonna have to start being homeschooled. Like that guy just changed the life of all of them people, man. The parents gonna be like it's even gonna affect people that aren't. It's gonna affect people that's not even. It's gonna affect people that wasn't even involved just because of that's like over the years. Like how many people like it's sad. Like I know I shouldn't have stayed. Like I ain't know it all. Like dang, there's always somebody, man. Just and then some people be like, oh, that was a distraction. I'm a conspiracy guy, but everything ain't no conspiracy. Everything ain't being done. It's just some people just like dude said, cowards and cruel. Like you out of all of the you shouldn't do it at all, but out of all the options you had, you went and shot at vulnerable kids and elders. You get what I'm saying? Like kids ain't thinking fast enough, and the elders are not thinking. They both is John. What was he? Man, he gonna burn. If it's really a hell, a afterlife where you go and you be in fire, he burning for sure. Like he and then I you can't even repent after off of nothing like that. Like that's not repentable. Like that's not forgiving, man. You're 23 years old. You know exactly what you're doing because they say at the age of 7 we start knowing right from wrong, like naturally. That guy, man. Wow, wow. Man, I'm gonna just move on to current events, man. That's not a current. That's like a trending topic, but and I should have just stuck with my original trending topic, man. Young Thug. I can't even laugh now. I wanted to laugh because Chunk Thug, Thug. I don't. Hey, but they got it on video and audio, Thug. But yeah, they trending is everywhere. They say Thug sold whoever Roscoe is out. Lil Nas X. Goofy, he done got. I ain't even. Let me see what Nas X. I was. That's why before I get to laughing and stuff. Let's pray for the lost and the injured and their families. Give a moment of silence. Amen. Amen. Yeah, but Doug, man, I hope it. Doug, you was about to make a killing. They just took you. They just took the whole. They just took your shine away. And they look. What's the name just signed the what's the name? They say they say they got you on audio, video, interrogated. Oh man, it wasn't a direct squeal, but it was like you mentioned the guy and something that could get a person apprehended. Put it like that. And I ain't really, like Thug cool, but I ain't really know Young Thug like I don't really listen to Young. I used to like that one song because Thug really started popping when we had our little trial when we had our little the hood got took under. And he had the ones I'm a stoner, I'm a stoner, I'm a stoner. I ain't really no stoner because when I found out the actual stoners, them people just be drugs, just popping different drugs and stuff. I used to just roll me up a little green tree. That's illegal here in Ohio now, recreation. But yeah, man, the NFL, the team's down. It's about to kick in. The season about to start. But I kind of really want to focus on the Browns because we've been having our quarterback carousel going on, and the thing is they got so they didn't win and got another quarterback. They traded one quarterback. We had the 4 quarterbacks. We got Watson on injury reserve, but we already had the 4. So they went and got another quarterback. Say he for the practice squad. So I guess Shador is more like he just third string. But my thing with this situation, and I said this when they drafted the quarterback, so like when it was settled in and everybody was yeah. I say Flacco gonna start because Flacco we know he can win. He got bad habits, but they know what to expect with Flacco. Now Gabriel, if you know about the Brown situation, everybody probably do if they into sports because that's probably the most talked about topic. The Browns and Shador because they feel like Shador should got a better opportunity. I do too, but when you like really analyzing it, it's a process. Like they trying Shador the man. Even though we got him with the 5th pick, Shador is the man. Shador is the one when it's all said and done is going to be the franchise quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. They just that's only if though they could get them bad habits up out of it. If they could tweak them bad habits, Shador is the franchise. Gabriel, he just was gonna be the backup to whoever the franchise is. Cause watching him, he doesn't make big plays. Like college was cool, he can make a play, but he's gonna run the play. You get what I'm saying? That's why they like this whiteboard skill set and stuff. So what I used to say is Flacco gonna be chilling because you know how they used to say he ain't want to be a mentor, yada yada yada, whatever. So in the quarterback room, he chilling. Gabriel on the whiteboard, doing running the defense, saying what should happen when the play, breaking down the play. Shador sitting back, learning. Cause Dylan Gabriel, he played like 6 years in college. He a little older, but Shador gonna be tapping Flacco like that's what I'm supposed to do. Is Flacco, y'all. So when they go out to practice, Shador gonna bam get the learning how to do it. And somebody said, and I thought about it too. I'm like, oh, that do make sense. Shador is gonna be like the quarterback that's playing against the first teamers defense. And the Browns really do have a decent defense. Like our record is not what it was last year. Like the team is not that bad, basically. Yeah. So and then we just picked up a receiver from the Jets. They waived. We signed the one kid for that had the little what's the name? If the running back wouldn't have did his goofiness, but he gonna eventually be back. We got the Browns young core. Now we got to start that. That's what them picks next year need to be used on top linemen, like the best available linemen, not based off stats, but character and stats and ability. Because we wasted that pick on Dred Wills. I don't know what happened to him. Because some people touch money, but you know what? The new kids coming into the league already got a couple dollars. So it ain't like, hey, but if you want the real money, you got to come in here and be good. But yeah, they go spend some money on some offensive linemen. We got a couple of young linemen that's growing that play good. Man, the next 2-3 years, and I see what the radio people say now. They be like 2-3 years. It could happen this year, but the next 2 to 3 years, the core of the Browns is only going to be like 3, 4, 5 years in the league, like the main players. Then they're going to have a couple of savvy vets still around and that's still capable of making a difference in the. Oh, man. So don't ever forget that I am truly a Browns fan, even though I use the color scheme I do. Because it's like I say, it's for special people. Oh, so in other news, DC, they did the takeover in DC. So the thing is, you got people over in Chi-Town. Like me personally, when I used to run the streets, I wasn't really like, I ain't gonna say I wasn't really. I just more defended myself, but I wasn't a violent person. Like I was almost like the peace treaty guy. Like I used to bring people together. Like Rick, you know what I'm saying? Like because of my past life, I met a lot of people. My lifestyle, I used to meet a lot of people based off of like how I used to get caught up. But I was meeting people, and people, they dig. They cool. They get cool with a brother. So, but yeah, that Trump. They say DC been quiet. But I just feel like as a people, as a community, we need to get it together anyway. Like these young dudes be talking about ops and ain't even got a car. Like man, at least be able to get around. Like you think you gonna have ops and be catching Ubers and Lyfts? Now you putting the Lyft and the Uber drivers in danger because y'all might be at a light and the op might pull up on the side. So if you do Uber or Lyft, man, I suggest you stay as far away from the ghetto or the hood as or the inner city. What I prefer, like, stay away from it. Like that's why I'm putting together for one foundation. Well, it's together. It's just a few little things need to be done. A few files need to be done. But we live streaming. You can listen on all platforms where you find most podcasts. The Think and Reflect podcast show. Engage with Voice Your Opinion TRP show. Follow us at TNRP show on social media platforms. Don't forget to donate to the Together for One Foundation, a nonprofit organization out to help inner city youth ages 8 to 18, boys and girls, learn entrepreneurial and leadership skills, teaches them to become influential individuals. We strive to be one, the Together for One Foundation. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. Click the link in the bio if you donate. Website coming soon. The website will provide access to the Bavarians. You can get you some marketing. You can listen to the episodes of the Think and Reflect podcast show. But most importantly, you can become a sponsor or a mentor to help the Think and Reflect, the Together for One Foundation grow. Together for One, we strive to be one. Don't forget to download the speaker app for iHeartRadio and like the Think and Reflect podcast show. I'm going to finish this segment with the quote of the day. Fall 7 times, stand up 8 times, a Chinese proverb. Basically, man, don't give up. Keep going. Push harder than you did yesterday, but hopefully it's because you were smarter. Because we working smart and not hard around here, unless we got to. Because we will put in that, like my dude was saying last night, that sweat equity. To make it all come together, we'll put in that sweat equity. What's going on over here? Oh yeah, I did get news. If you slide this breaking news in there, like I don't know if it's true, but if you from East Cleveland, you know how they do every year. They do the East Cleveland gathering. They say that you can't even gather after 8:30. It's gonna be more police, stores. Like the way that I read that. You could check my page, or you could go to what's my guy name? Lamar Pittman, I think. Yeah, Lamar posted it. But what it said is East Cleveland implements heightened security for Shaw High School reunion weekend. Here's what to expect this weekend: increased police presence. In addition to ECPD, officers from the Cuyahoga County Sheriff's Department and surrounding cities will be on patrol. Expect to see heavy enforcement. They even gonna have armored vehicles. Traffic and parking, roadblocks and restrictions will impact Euclid, Superior, and Ivanhoe. Certain streets will have parking bans and unauthorized vehicles will be towed. Curfews and restrictions. Unapproved gatherings and late night parties are prohibited after 8 p.m. Zero tolerance. Mayor Latiz Zabaz has issued a warning. If you're arrested this weekend, you won't get out until Tuesday. Damn. Don't act a fool this weekend celebrating and having fun. You know you just want to have fun. I ain't telling you don't have fun. Because you just might see me in the crowd. That's Ricky D. Calhoun, your boy, founder and CEO of Deshaun's Marketing Incorporated. Communication is key. Where we brand, build, grind, and shine to help you and your company. Where we brand, build, and grind to help you and your company. And sometimes I be talking too much, man. Hey, but I can't help it, man. That's why I podcast, because I got a lot. I got shit to say. I got to voice my opinion. And you can voice yours too. Text 216 7. Where my little thing at? Text 216-716-3005. What we got going on next over here, y'all? Oh, we got another little commercial break going on, so we're gonna flag you with who we gonna shine today. Let me see what we got over here. I'm just freestyling with the commercials, y'all. Yeah. I might even shout out. No, I ain't gonna shout them out. I'm a little tired, man. I should have got. I usually caught me an energy drink. I've been up since like 5 this morning. So you gotta excuse the yarning. What is social powered hotspot marketing? Social power hotspot is the easiest and safest way to share your Wi-Fi network with on-site customers. So this is a product that we offer through Deshaun's Marketing, where we used to have to get the whole modem, but now we got like little what would I call them? Little man, what is them things called again? They basically a hotspot itself, but it's small though, and you could attach it to your phone. But what it does is when customers come in, you know how when you go in a place and like it asks you to log into the Wi-Fi, like it attached to it. So instead of just giving people, but you know how like it'd be like this or sign up for this, it basically helps you generate leads. If you know what a lead is, that's a potential customer. So it helps you generate leads to where you can retarget them. You know what I'm saying? Or they follow you on your social media site. You can send them a newsletter through if they sign up with an email. But it's a good tool though. So if you're interested, again, make sure you DM Deshaun's Mark. That's at DESHAUNSMRK_. Fun fact. We're gonna move on to this fun fact. I had a good one for y'all. Oh yeah. So the fun fact I came up with was digging a hole to China is possible if you start in Argentina. I guess, but you're gonna be digging for a long ass time. That's all I know. Regardless where you start at. Well, you're gonna be digging for a long time. Yeah. But moving on to the weekly topic. Moving on to the weekly topic. You know, that shout out some sports now worldwide. I did the brand, I did the sports worldwide. That's a hard beat. Man, we talking about understanding cultural. I've been talking so much, but you know, if you've been paying attention, I've been kind of talking about cultural differences, you know, expanding our perspective. So it was crazy, man. It was really crazy that this was the topic that like kind of popped up in my face. It made me want to discuss it, like, but because I've been kind of discussing it throughout the whole show. And we already almost an hour in. I ain't gonna really break y'all backs. 'Cause I usually only hold my show for an hour, but I put together a new little time list. I'm gonna probably have to shrink everything. But I'm gonna keep it short and sweet again, man. Like just cultural, man. Like just thinking, just thinking, because this topic has been coming up a lot because the culture I grew up in personally, but what I do like to make one of my sources of income, I'm around different cultures, you know, and I always tell them, you know, me doing this, it gives me a different perspective on life because at once upon a time, the culture I was raised in, some of the things that we did or witnessed, we thought it was normal. But some people, the things that might have went on in your home that you didn't even bring outside. Some people, some cultures say they think that be wrong, or they be like, oh, you know, like it's people are different. Even with social media, kind of giving everybody like a leeway, like a roadmap to how the world supposed to live, everybody still comes from different cultures. So it might be the food you eat, it could be the way you your morals, you get what I'm saying, and values, um, like the way you dress, the way you talk. So that's what makes the world kind of exciting too, because it's different cultures. But you want your culture, you want to represent your culture. I know y'all like, well, this dude was man. Only if you knew. But it's like I got that. I got that good. I'm gonna give him a shout out too, but I'm gonna just let you see this. Y'all know where I got this, bro. If you ever been in that store, you know exactly where I got that. But I was a hand sanitizer guy before the pandemic. I used to keep that in my car. So yeah, man, it helped my perspective on life. Like I see the world. My world is bigger now. You get what I'm saying? When I was just growing up in the hood, that was my world. So that was the stuff that went on there. I thought it was normal. I thought it was normal. And it really wasn't. But my conscience was telling me it's not. That's probably why, as a young kid, I was always trying to find a way to get away. So, just when you get the chance, man, read up on other people's cultures. You know, don't compare them, but like try to understand them. Like I was saying, man, when you understand something, it makes you more confident, especially cultural or nationality. Like, cause that's something I'm incorporating the Together for One curriculum, like teaching the kids more about who they are. Go a little deep, do a deeper dive than what the average school book teaches. But let me type this up and see what we get when what they got for studying cultural differences. Yeah, like the marriage. So the actual definition, so you can have a better understanding of what cultural differences. Cultural differences refer to the variations in beliefs, values, customs, and behaviors that exist between different groups, influencing communication and social interaction. Like, being like most people don't know, and I ain't got it all the way understood, but my bloodline is. But when a person look at me, they gonna think, "Oh, he from Africa," his blood. But when I do the research, my bloodline from both grandma and grandpa trace back to native. It don't trace back to no because a lot of that was something that we was fooled. Most of us ain't come over here on no ship. Like the people that the ones that actually control the governments on this land, most of them are more came over here on ships. I ain't trying to start that, man, but I'm just saying. Like, for example, values and belief. Different cultures prioritize various values, such as individualism versus collectivism. For instance, if an individualistic cultures like the United States, personal achievements are emphasized, while collective cultures such as Japan focus on group harmony and community well-being. It's crazy that topic that was Japan was mentioning that, and the quote of the day was a Japan proverb: "Fall 7 times, stand up 8." And most of the time, to have that type of confidence, you need a team. So I get focused on group harmony. Then you got communication styles. Cultures vary in their communication preferences. Some cultures favor different communication, while others may use indirect methods, leading to potential. And being indirect can cause a lot of problems. Nonverbal cues, such as gestures and body language, also differ significantly across cultures. See, I done read some books on body language. I need to refresh myself. Social norms and customs. Each culture has its own set of social norms that dictate acceptable behavior. For example, personal space requirements can vary. In some cultures, close proximity is normal, while in others it may be considered intrusive. And that will make a big difference because my daughter, look, because she was supposed to go off to school. It was a lot of big some miscommunication basically. But one of the things that kind of triggered me was when we was at orientation. She was talking about socializing. So I'm like, girl, listen here. We already don't stay in the same house, and you about to be 2 hours away from me. How I'm gonna stop you from socializing? But anyhow, so that was one of the things that triggered the down spiral. But in a way, it might turn out to be a good thing because now she get to take a little break, find herself. But she was gonna be in a dorm, and she don't know who her because that was one we was supposed to go see the dorm. It was just a bunch of miscommunication. But she would have been in the dorm with somebody who might have had a totally different culture than her. So that would have been like a life changing experience, and it could have been it could have been a lot of friction behind it. So now, I'm like, well, we're gonna have you go to school locally. You know what I'm saying? So in the process of going to school locally, but she went to a diverse school though at the same time. But to be a roommate with them is totally different. But I don't want to stick on that topic on that subject. But hopefully, she's able to start viewing the world differently because she about to be an adult and everything. So I'm trying to, lean on her to be more responsible for self, and I'm always be there for my children as long as I'm able. I'm willing. But okay, going back to the breakdown, rituals and tradition. Cultural practices such as marriage ceremonies, religious rituals, and holiday celebrations can differ widely. Yeah. Because just imagine being in a college dorm and you a Christian and your roommate a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Or if you know about the Wicca people, you know what I'm saying? They like the what they call the black dark people, the I forgot the name, man. But at one point my youngest daughter was when she was young though, she probably was like third, fourth grade. What they call them people? Gothic. I'm like, she's still a little, she's learning though. She'll be 14 soon, so she's still learning. But then you got impact on interactions. Recognizing cultural differences enhances empathy and improves collaboration in diverse environments. It minimizes conflicts and fosters better communication, especially in multicultural settings. That's like school. That's a multicultural setting, especially college. Examples of cultural differences. Greeting customs. Different cultures have ways of greeting. For instance, a handshake is common in Western culture while bowing is customary in Japan. And I know that I do the bow more a little bit. Excuse me, but coming from our land and our culture, it's common to shake a hand. Misunderstanding these customs can lead to awkward situations. Yeah, so you might be in a Japanese meeting. You might meet like you might be doing some networking. You might about to sit down and with a Japanese partner, but they bow and you reach your hand out. You get what I'm saying? Dining etiquette. Ethiopia sharing food directly from one's hand is a sign of affection. Wow, many Western girls that might, yeah, you'd be like, man, hell, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Where your hands been at? Hey, man, I was silly with that. Hey, look, approach to time. Some cultures view time as flexible and prioritize relationships over schedules, while others adhere strictly to punctuality. You can that right there. You can incorporate the two, and then you might have a great life, though. You know what I'm saying? Like understanding how to prioritize using, because I always say time is just a tool. You get what I'm saying? When we stress over time, when we be like, oh, I ain't got enough time, or I'm getting old, yada yada yada. Nah, man, you gonna live regardless. You just gotta look at it like, let me use this as a tool, some type of way. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. That's like how I'm doing the show live right now, but you're gonna be able to listen to it at 2 o'clock on the streaming on the podcast platforms like iHeart and the rest of them. But it's important, man. Importance of, and this is where we expanding our perspective because we taking a look at it and understanding that we just just how we was raised don't mean somebody else was raised. And one time, me and my girl, we was talking, and and she mentioned, and I never had thought about it though. She was like, "Have you ever just thought about how you used to go over your friends' houses and how they live based on how you live?" And then you'd be like, "Ah," you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it'd be like an eye opener. Like they think differently. You know what I'm saying? They don't move like how we move in our house, or they move differently. And some stuff you might appreciate, like learning from other people. But the importance of cultural awareness. Understanding cultural differences is essential for effective communication and relationship building in both personal and professional contexts. It promotes inclusivity, enhances collaboration, and encourages innovative solutions by leveraging diverse perspectives. And I always tell people, man, I say, that's like when I was saying with the nonprofit, if you teach the kids who they are, it build them some confidence because now they understand their true culture, and then they start respecting other people's cultures because they understand their own. But the community I live in and the way we move now, we moving like savages. When we were really truly considered kings and queens and innovators and creators and a lot of the stuff that we use to this day and even in the ancient times were created by people that look like me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect other cultures and beings because we're all it's really only one race, so you gotta say culture. It's only a human race. I don't care what color you are. If you're human, you're human. If you ain't a human, then that's the only way we ain't the same race. But the other cultures take, you can, I ain't gonna say you take, but you can modify or improve other cultures' ways of. You know what I'm saying? Like say for instance, the university. No, that's a bad example because they kind of took but you got to think about the wittiness of it because the universities used to just be free. When in ancient times, it was if you wanted to learn. Now, if you want to learn, you got to pay for it. So like they say, ain't nothing free. But by valuing and respecting cultural differences, individuals can create more harmonious interactions and foster a deeper understanding of rich tapestry of human experience. Like I just said, human race. It's a human race. So ain't nobody better than the other. Okay, your culture might have just improved or advanced something that was already there. Because most things have already been invented. You get what I'm saying? They just either come back around or they're being improved. Okay. So yeah, man, that was the Think and Reflect segment, and we reflected on understanding cultural differences, expanding our perspective. Because as you grow, man, we should. I ain't gonna say what you should do, but I know I feel like if I'm constantly learning, I should be growing, and my understanding of things should be that much better or that more simple to understand. Because I don't like to use the word easy. Easy get you in trouble. Yeah, man. But hey, don't forget to support the Think and Reflect podcast show by going over to Brew Euphoria Coffee and grabbing a bag. Get you some Brew Euphoria coffee, man. Wake up to a cup of Brew Euphoria, dark French roast bitter root edition, capturing the blissful moment with every sip. Let me get you some Brew Euphoria. Don't forget, you can text 216-716-3005. Make sure you like a comment with the hashtag voice your opinion TNRP show. It's cool. Y'all probably like, come on, man. I'm trying to get better because I know I'll be on the audio, and then I'll be listening to the audio afterwards. And I'll be like, man, that was a long pause you took right there, bruh. Oh, here we go. Brew, wake up to a cup of brew euphoria coffee. Dark French roast bitter root, capturing the blissful moment with every sip. Make sure you like them on Instagram. Click the link in the bio to get you a bag of bitter root. You know, bitter root was a delicacy once upon a time, and it's about to be a delicacy again. Capturing the blissful moment with every sip. Brew Euphoria coffee. So yeah, man, we covered a lot today in the show. Holiday of the day, radio commercials day. We talked about a sad. I try to stay away from sad stuff, man. But the cultural differences, man. Like something was going on in that home, man, that we don't know, man. And then, of course, our topic of the day was understanding again cultural differences, expanding your perspective. But make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on social media at Think and Reflect Podcast Show or at TNRP Show. Like and subscribe on YouTube at TNR TV 1021, on Twitch at TNR TV. Be looking out for the TNR TV network channel streaming. Make sure you like TNR TV also on Instagram. Click the link in the bio. Click that link in the bio. Click that link in the bio. Next time on next week's show, we're going to be talking about travel. Remember, I was saying travel. I don't do too much traveling, but I didn't travel, but it opens up your perspective, but we're gonna talk about how it play a role in your personal life. Travel. You don't want to miss that. Hopefully, we have more interactions. Until next time, keep thinking, keep reflecting, and keep growing. See y'all soon. This is the Think and Reflect Podcast Show with your boy Ricky D.